Good morning. Thank you. We know there's a short notice we called you in, and
Too early, we know we need
too early.
coffee as well. Equally.
We'll, so we are here today. We have our partners from BMS, Bristol-Myers Squibb, here with us. So it's a New York headquartered company, one of the top 10 pharma companies. So they are now looking at an investment in Hyderabad, a fairly large setup, a cutting edge setup. So thank you for joining us. We will do an MOU signing, and then Honorable Minister will give his remarks. Dr. Samit Hirawat, he's Executive Vice President and also part of the governing committee. So thank you, Samit, for joining us today. So we have Chris, who is their head of government affairs, joining us as well, and Francis, who heads the communications at BMS, joining. So thank you again. I'll let Honorable Minister give his remarks.
Thank you, and me andarki namaskaram. I think it's too early for all of us, including me. I'm also half asleep, so kindly excuse us because I had to travel, so therefore we troubled you in the morning. Bristol-Myers Squibb is one of the largest, one of the marquee pharmaceutical companies in the world. It's world-renowned, and of course, in the US, it's a very, very popular pharmaceutical company. It's one among the top 10 in the globe, on the globe. And I'm super thrilled, excited to be welcoming Bristol-Myers Squibb to Hyderabad, to Telangana, because as I keep telling you, wherever I run into you guys, that is, we are a hub for both technology and biology. That's exactly what they're combining. The abilities of Hyderabad, Telangana, and India in terms of what we can offer on the IT front, that is information technology, and biology, and how this can be leveraged by large global pharma majors such as Bristol-Myers. We of course welcome them, and I can tell you guys, Samit, Chris, and Francis, that there's no dearth of talent. There's plenty of amazingly talented youngsters in India who are experts in a number of fields, and including emerging technologies and all the cutting edge advancements in science and biology. The second thing I also wanted to point out, besides, I know you're setting up an engineering and technology development center, innovation center, but I would also want to point out that we are in the process of setting up one of the largest pharma clusters in the world, as I was just mentioning to you. So we welcome you all to also explore manufacturing opportunities, research and development opportunities, not only, I'm a bit greedy, as you can tell. So welcome you firstly, with a red carpet, and hopefully we'll hear more from Samit on what their plans are. But also welcome you to explore the landscape here for possible manufacturing opportunities. So thank you. Anything else we'll address after Samit speaks. Welcome Dr. Samit Hirawat to say a few words, please. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and good morning to you. While everybody else is half asleep, I'm half awake because we have to work 24-hour clocks, right? So it's a pleasure to be here. First of all, I'm honored that you've spared time to really organize this, and the ability to come and speak to you, as well as spend time with you to take our mission forward. Thank you for mentioning the Bristol-Myers Squibb, the presence, and what we do. Our mission truly is to be able to develop and discover and then deliver innovative medicines. We are a specialty biopharmaceutical company. We operate in the areas of oncology, hematology, that includes cell therapies, and of course cardiovascular medicine and immunology. And our vision is truly to be able to transform patients' lives through the science and innovation that we do. And as I was mentioning earlier to Minister Rao, that as we think about our global presence, one of the missing pieces is to be in India, where there's a burgeoning ecosystem from a healthcare perspective. As we think about the largeness, as well as we think about the amazing talent that is present in India. By the way, I grew up in India, so I know there is good talent here. And as we think about harnessing that talent and strengthening the overall healthcare system, this was the most appropriate place. Talking about Hyderabad, I've been here before, and what I've seen 5 years ago or 4 years ago versus what I see now, it's amazing what has happened to the landscape of Hyderabad It is so impressive. And so when we brought the team here in January, we went back and there was no question in our mind the place to be. So here we are, and thank you for everything that you have done and provided us the support to move at a lightning pace to already get to a place where we will be talking more about setting up our site and initiating it by the middle of this year, looking at getting people in the company to grow fast enough. Hopefully that is possible, because there is a huge amount of talent here, to about 1,500 people over the next 3 years or so. So we're looking forward to working with all of you, as well as with people in Hyderabad and beyond, to be able to bring that science and technology innovation that will help our global drug development process, as well as the IT processes that we have ongoing. So thank you once again, and certainly happy to take on any questions later on.
Any focus areas for this particular center?
So in general, what we are hoping is to be able to develop the capabilities in all areas of drug development, such as regulatory, such as biostatistics, such as operations, such as clinical sciences. So all of those areas are covered. It's not like we're new to India. BMS has a presence in India, but from a commercialization perspective, as well as through contracting with other companies. But our own presence from a drug development perspective that supports the global nature of drug development, we will be now doing it from India as well.
So what kind of professionals you will be looking at? You said 1,500 over next 3 years. Right?
Yeah, so it will be inclusive of a diverse sets of talent pool, including in the IT space, as well as from a development side, as I said earlier, it would be people in medical writing, people in regulatory processes, people, statisticians, statistical programmers, operations, protocol managers, lots of them. And then, of course, physicians who are going to be able to help in many of these processes. I'm a physician by training myself. I'm an oncologist, and I've grown through many of these processes myself.
So will this support your research, or this will drive the research in your company?
So just to explain, there are two elements of drug development. One is called research and one is called development. The way we describe research is identification of targets and molecules and medicines and doing chemistry, right? So this is not part of that. This is part of actually doing clinical science, as in doing clinical trials, where the site will be engaged in processes of those clinical trials. Look, as a company, we don't see patients directly. We work through hospitals. We actually do conduct clinical trials in India as well. And we will continue to look for opportunities to grow that process in India as well. We need to have hospitals that we will participate, that will collaborate with us and participate in our clinical trials. We want to grow that element as well. So these people will be able to manage many of those clinical trial processes.
How do you call this? Innovation Center or Development Center?
This is Science and Technology Innovation Center is what we are currently thinking of. We haven't given it a name per se. We think it's BMS Hyderabad. And it can actually evolve into many functions, not just development and IT, but this is where we are starting off with.
Have you already identified the location where you
Not yet. We are in the process of doing that now.
that would take about
We are hopeful that we will have a physical location by the third quarter of this year, but certainly before the end of the year.
Can you quantify the investment, please?
It's about $100 million over the next 3 years.
తెలుగులో చెప్పాలేమన్నా? I'll just switch to the vernacular for a bit. I'm going to say a lot of things which you'll have to recheck again, double check again, by the way. Bristol-Myers Squibb అనే కంపెనీ ప్రపంచంలోనే టాప్ 10 ఫార్మస్యూటికల్ కంపెనీలో ఒకటి. వాళ్ళు ఈరోజు హైదరాబాద్లో, మన తెలంగాణలో ఒక $100 మిలియన్ పెట్టుబడితో 1500 కొత్త ఉపాధి అవకాశాలు సృష్టిస్తూ ఒక సెంటర్ ఏర్పాటు చేయబోతా ఉన్నారు ఇక్కడ. దానికి వారికి హృదయపూర్వకంగా డాక్టర్ సమిత్ హీరావత్, అదేవిధంగా క్రిస్, అదేవిధంగా ఫ్రాన్సిస్, వారందరికీ కూడా బ్రిస్టల్-మైర్స్ స్క్విబ్ నుంచి వచ్చిన బృందానికి హృదయపూర్వకంగా స్వాగతం. నేను మొన్ననే మీ అందరికి కూడా విజ్ఞప్తి చేసినట్టు, తెలంగాణలోని జీవ ఔషధ రంగం, లైఫ్ సైన్సెస్ సెక్టర్ ఏదైతే ఉందో చాలా బలంగా ఎదుగుతూ ఉంది, చాలా బ్రహ్మాండంగా ఎదుగుతూ ఉంది. అయితే నేను మీకు మొన్న చెప్పాను $100 బిలియన్ by 2028 అని. Looks like we have to actually revise it, because we are growing much faster than what we had anticipated, and we'll discuss more with you ఇన్ ద డేస్ టు కమ్. రేపు నుంచి బయో ఏషియా కూడా ప్రారంభమవుతోంది. కాబట్టి బయో ఏషియా ప్రారంభమవుతున్న ఈ సందర్భంలో ఇది మన రాష్ట్రంలోని యువతకి, ముఖ్యంగా ఈ జీవ ఔషధ రంగంలో లైఫ్ సైన్స్ సెక్టర్లో ఉన్న యువతకి చాలా మంచి వార్త. ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు దాకా ఇండియాలో లేని ఒక కొత్త సంస్థ మన దగ్గరికి రావడం, అది కూడా హైదరాబాద్ని ఎంచుకోవడం, మరి ఇంత పెద్ద సెంటర్ని ఓపెన్ చేయబోతూ ఉండడం. కాకపోతే నేను ఇందాక వాళ్ళకి చెప్పాను, టిపికల్గా ఎవరు వచ్చినా మొదట చెప్పేది 1000 ఉద్యోగాలు 1500 అని. కానీ జనరల్గా జరిగింది నేను గమనించింది ఏంటంటే చాలా వేగంగా అది దాటిపోతారు వాళ్ళు. 1000 2000 అవుతుంది, 2000 3000 అవుతుంది. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఐ హావ్ సీన్ ఆల్వేస్. ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ సేయింగ్ typically every organization that comes in with a certain number in mind tends to beat that or kind of cross that very very quickly is all I'm saying. So I'm hopeful that BMS also will grow faster sooner than expected, and like Samit said, third quarter is what they are looking at, but I'm very hopeful and నేను చాలా ఆశాభావంతో ఉన్నాను దట్ తొందరలో ఇది ప్రారంభం అవుతుంది సెంటర్. వాళ్ళ లీడర్షిప్ టీం అందరూ కూడా వచ్చి ఇక్కడ సెంటర్ ప్రారంభోత్సవానికి వస్తారని ఆశిస్తున్నాను. దాంతోపాటు హైదరాబాద్ ఫార్మా సిటీ గురించి కూడా వారికి వివరించాను. వారికి మొత్తం విషయం చెప్పి, కొత్తగా ఇండియాలో ఒక యూనిట్ పెట్టాలనుకుంటే నిజానికి 12 నుంచి 18 నెలలు పడుతుంది. ఎందుకంటే ఒక పబ్లిక్ హియరింగ్ అని, ఒక గ్రీన్ ఫీల్డ్ యూనిట్ పెట్టాలనుకుంటే సమయం పడుతుంది. కానీ హైదరాబాద్ ఫార్మా సిటీలో అట్లా కాకుండా దానికి ఒక ఎన్వైరన్మెంటల్ క్లియరెన్స్ ఆల్రెడీ పార్క్ మొత్తానికి ఉంది. కాబట్టి డైరెక్ట్గా ఒక ల్యాండ్ అలాట్మెంట్ చేసుకుంటే వెంటనే ఆ టైం జాప్యం లేకుండా వెంటనే చేసుకోవచ్చని కూడా వారికి వివరించి చెప్పాను. హైదరాబాద్లో ఉండే ఇతర అనుకూలతలు కూడా వారికి వివరించి చెప్పాను. బహుశా భవిష్యత్తులో అది కూడా కన్సిడర్ చేస్తారని చెప్పి నేను కూడా ఆశిస్తా ఉన్నాను. ఎనీ అదర్ క్వశ్చన్స్ విల్ టేక్ అదర్వైస్. ఎస్.
Is the Telangana government sort of offering any locations, or would it be more like
The location is Hyderabad. We are happy.
but would it be more like a Genome Valley?
No, I think we leave it to them. See, as long as they're in my state, I'm happy. I don't really mind which part of the state they actually go into. So I'd be happy if they're in my state. That's all I'd say. And I'd be happy even if they do manufacturing in India, rather, not just Telangana, but anywhere in India, for that matter. Yeah. Thanks.